today we're going to be doing another experiment with Epsom salts to see how it works in making a pot and using this skull mould. Instead of mica powder I'm going to be using this slate powder and mix that with the Epsom salt because I think that is going to give a really great result. And the great thing about using Epsom salts in your resin is it doesn't weaken your resin at all, and it doesn't affect any of the hardness or anything of your resin. I just think it comes out really beautiful, but we'll see what it comes out like with the slate powder. Now these slate powders are part of a set that I've got available. The link will be in the description below. You get a slate powder, an aluminium powder and a marble powder, and they're at the same price as I bought 250 grams recently of just the marble powder. I've mixed my resin up and I'm using the resin colour Art Resin, and I've put in about 2 heaped teaspoons of the slate powder, and I'm just giving that a stir up. It will thicken up the resin a little bit, but it won't make it cure any quicker than it normally would. It's just you've added a powder, so it makes it slightly thicker. I'm now adding equal amounts of the crystalled Epsom salts to the resin, so the same amount of the resin to the Epsom salts, and I'm giving that a stir in as well. If you'd like to buy me a coffee just to say thank you for any of my experiments and get your name on my coffee board and help me save towards my 3D printer and laser cutter, because it's a combined thing, then the link for that is in the description below. Now, because this is thickened up with the slate powder and the Epsom salts, I'm kind of spooning this in, but that's really useful because you can then push it all the way down to the bottom. I'd just like to say a quick thank you as well to my members whose names are coming up now. Just to let my members know that we have got some lives coming up soon on how to make your resin business a success, and I'm really looking forward to those, and they'll be coming out soon. So pushing that in and around, ensuring that you've got no real trapped bubbles down there and it's in all the grooves and bits and pieces, because that's really important, because when you mix Epsom salt into resin, it's like mixing sand in. It does introduce quite a lot of air, but we will get rid of that anyway. Also, if you get a minute, check out my other channel as well. I'd really like you to have a look at some of the other videos that I've got going on different arts and crafts. The link to that is also in the description below. So I'm just topping this up now and going on to the lid. Now with the lid, I put a little bit in to start with because this has obviously got cut out corners going all the way around the lid. And what I do is I use my stick to push that in gently because I don't want to scratch the bottom of the mould, but also I don't want any trapped air. Then I top it up a little bit and then I continue to push that in and around. And the really important thing here is to do some squidgy widging, because you will get trapped air where that resin's gone in, and by squidgy widging it, it will push that air out of that mold so that you get really nice tight corners when you demold it. And then I top it up and allow that to get to just to the level of the top of that mold. And as you can see here, this is so satisfying. It has released the bubbles, but the finished product, there won't be any bubbles in it at all, I can assure you. And I'm playing this all the way through because to me this is just so satisfying. It's like taking an eraser to a pencil mark that you didn't want and getting rid of it. Look how satisfying it is to get rid of those bubbles. I just love it. I just love it. I don't normally play this all the way through, but I really have. And remember, always use a lighter, never a torch on your mould, because it will ruin your moulds. So I'm topping up the skull one now in exactly the same way, same technique that I used on the other two pieces. And I will give this a squidgy widgy going round to ensure that I've got rid of any of the bubbles that could be trapped anywhere. And as you can see, bubbles have come up again. So once again, I am going through this with my long neck lighter to get rid of all those bubbles. And I'll just check on it once more and then do it again. And then that should be fine. And then I'll leave these to cure overnight. Well, these have all cured up now. What I didn't notice was when I put this down to cure, one of my silicone mats flipped over and caught the edge. Because it's the underneath of the pot. Oh, look at that, how that's come out with that salt. All those salt crystals have just embedded in there and they've come out. It's come out absolutely. I just love that. I'm just loving that. I'm in love with that. So let's have a look at the bottom bit of the pot. Oh yeah, and again, the salt crystals have really done it on there as well. Look at that. I'm not sure how well that's showing up better in that camera. So that lid fits on there lovely. I love how that has come out. I just love the way that, and that salt is not going to do anything because it's nice and sealed into that resin. But I just feel that, oh, I love that effect. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. I'd really be interested to know. I really like the way that the slate gives it that effect as well. So let's have a look at the skull. Now this is dull mould, so it's not come out shiny, which is a shame, but we can always shine that up. There is a technique that you can use that I've used. And again, I think that's come out really well. And I think the salt gives it... I really do like that. I think that's quite cute. Not sure what you would use it for, but I suppose you could put something in it. Oh no, I thought a shot glass might fit into it nicely. Probably does. You could probably put a little tiny cactus or something growing out of its head. But again, I think that's come out well. I don't mind that that's a dull finish on that, but you can see bits of the salt. And again, that salt is not going to go anywhere because it's fully embedded into that resin. It's so hard, it won't do anything. The salt has no real negative effect on the resin whatsoever. Actually, I could... No, that's taking it too far. That top has just come out amazing. I just can't get over how nice that top looks. So let me know what you think of it in the resin below. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I'd be really interested to hear. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and ring that notification bell. And also, if you could, give me a thumbs up. It really does help my videos to get out there. If you'd like to buy me a coffee or become a member, then the link to everything, including the link to all the things that I've used today, are in the description below. Thank you very much. Take care. Enjoy your resin. Bye.